And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the channel. Cam, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good to have you here. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, June 21st, the summer solstice.
You also kind of read that right there, yeah.
You know, I don't think to do that. I just check the time on my phone. I check the date on my phone. I just probably pick it up too much. You know, I'm addicted to it.
Do you ever want to change the font on your phone?
No. I like how it is. But yeah, we're here for a live Q&A. I just got the notification on my YouTube because I guess I was signed into a different account for some reason. There it is. Live Q&A/Hangout. So yeah, we're here. If you guys are in here now, hit that like button. Drop your questions in the chat. We'll get to as many as we can. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be here for who knows how long, sifting through the chat, answering all these questions. I see we got some people hopping in here now. Hello. Yeah, fire away in the chat, hit the like button. And of course, if you see scrolling across the bottom, super chat is a way to go to guarantee we get to your question, comments, concern. It's also a huge way to help support the channel. Also, just revamped the Patreon if you want to come join the Discord, all that jazz. It's a lot of fun. We got different channels down there, so it's going well. And yeah.
More like uneven. I didn't like it at all.
We good now?
Yeah. I was taking up like 2/3 of the screen.
Shoot, I didn't even realize. All right, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Batman versus Moon Knight, who wins? Give me Batman.
How much prep time?
Literally. Favorite quote from the other guys? Whew, that's a tough one. I mean, there's so many to choose from. I will say, you think what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes. That's hilarious. We got Rylan in the house. My question for you is, what is your favorite scene in any MI movie? Great question. I'm going to throw this to you as well because Cam, I don't know if you guys knew this, she just watched all the Mission Impossible movies for the first time.
If you
follow her on Letterboxd.
If you follow me on Letterboxd, you'd actually know that I did watch them all for the first time. I don't know if I can pick one scene from all movies. I could pick one scene from maybe each movie, but like I don't.
I think I have one.
Which movie was the one that really had me where I was holding your hand and was at Fallout?
That or Ghost Protocol. Honestly,
what was I holding your hand for?
I don't remember.
You were like standing and I was like, no. And then I'm sure masks were involved.
It might have been Fallout, but I will say there's a few that come to mind. The Dubai scene, that's the one. It was Ghost Protocol when he's climbing the building. That's the one where you were on edge.
Really?
I think. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
We're going to watch Ghost Protocol again tonight.
I'm rewatching the movies right now. It's funny because she just watched them for the first time. And then basically the entirety of Fallout, but in particular, the helicopter chase scene where it's like if you have the Blu-ray or you watch it on streaming, like it goes between widescreen to IMAX, like the aspect ratio changes at home. Love that. I want to give an honorable mention to Rogue Nation, the opera scene. Was that the one you were holding my hand in, maybe?
What happens in Fallout? Can we spoil? Can you remind me what happens in Fallout?
Yeah, I can. He jumps out of a plane. I'm just going to go into the big action scenes. He jumps out of the plane. There's a bathroom fight with Henry Cavill. There's the whole helicopter scene. Oh, I'm going to call it the chase scene, but it's when Alec Baldwin, it's like they're almost in like the catacombs or like the sewer area, you know? And that's when there's the whole switcheroo where they kind of trick Henry Cavill. That scene?
Probably what it was. And
that's when they got us good. There's a lot of masks involved there.
Any scene with a mask that actually gets me, I'm gagged. I love it.
I'll say this. We finished, or at least she was with me. This morning, MI3 rewatch.
I was about to bring up the ending of Mission Impossible 3 where we get to see what we see in the very beginning. Yeah. Like when we get to see what happens after that. I love that part.
Shout out Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Gone too soon.
Do you have this is what he says. He's like, he says, do you have a wife or girlfriend? Because I'm going to hurt her.
I'm going to kill her.
I'm going to hurt her real bad. I'm going to make her bleed. The way he says that, I was like, God.
I love his voice.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Yeah.
Nick M with a hot topic today, especially with news that we'll talk about shortly. Would you refuse to watch a movie if you knew it was written by AI?
Yeah, why would I waste my time on a movie that's going to suck?
I would just not watch it. Yeah, if it was like that was the promotional tactic. Hey, this is a script written by AI. I'll pass. I'll hard pass on that. Now, say what you're going to say. I want you to take that. I want you to go. Right. You have the floor.
I wouldn't watch a movie if it was written by AI. Of course I wouldn't. I think that there are people who would reprimand a movie for being written by AI on Twitter and stuff if it got announced, but then would go and watch the movie. And that's all I'll say on that. Whether they're watching the movie, like to make content, to talk about it, to be like, guys, this movie sucked, I don't care. Those people would go and watch it, and that would give the movie money, and that would defeat the whole purpose of being upset that it was made by AI.
Fair. To me, I want to segue into a big topic today. It was announced that AI was used for the introduction of Secret Invasion, the artwork involved in the opening credits. And a lot of people are really torn on this. It's become divisive all over social media. A lot of people saying it is, taking away work from an artist or so on and so on.
Do you want me to read my thoughts on it? I'm just going to read my tweets.
Sure, go for it.
So, okay. This is what I said on Twitter, and I'll read it out loud here. As much as it sucks that they used AI for the intro, for the theme song of Secret Invasion, I do understand it when they say they did it for the theme of the show. A lot of people I know didn't even realize that it was AI until I told them. Like, I have a lot of internet friends that were texting me like, whoa, that intro for Secret Invasion was so cool. I was like, it's all AI. They didn't know. And I think that speaks volumes to the theme of the show, which is you can never tell what's real and what isn't. Plus, if you read the article that is attached to the Discussing Film tweet, they did still hire a team to generate and create the AI art. So artists still got paid. It was just the method in which they created the art used AI instead of them physically using their hands to do it. I equate it to a simile or metaphor or whatever of it's like using a machine to make a product instead of making the product by hand. You know what I mean? And then I said, I still agree that this is definitely a slap in the face to the whole WGA strike that's happening because, the writers are trying to stop companies from using AI for writing. But as long as this is the one and only time that we see Marvel use AI like this, I personally am okay with it. I liked the first 2 episodes of the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it. And then I also tweeted, please hold. I also said, because then I saw a lot of people talking about it, so my follow-up thoughts were, if the Secret Invasion AI intro is such a big deal to you, the general you, if it's such a big deal to you, then don't talk about the show, don't give the show a platform, and pirate the rest of it if you're going to keep watching, so you don't give it views. Don't just tweet about it to be performative. If you think that the AI is such a big deal, which it is, if it is a big deal to you, if it isn't, whatever. If you think it's such a big deal, if you think it's such an awful thing, if you want to make a stand, you want Marvel to never use AI again, you want to make all these tweets saying how bad it is, you can't just make these tweets and then not try and do anything to show Marvel that's not good. You should try to not give the show a platform. You shouldn't be making tweets or TikToks or whatever, like talking about the show to because that's going to convince people to watch it, and then that's giving it more views, and then you're contributing to the AI getting more views. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. If you're so if someone's so avidly against it and absolutely disgusted by it, don't talk about the show, don't watch the show, don't tell people to watch the show. That's my thoughts.
I agree. I think that with Secret Invasion, it's just like you said. I mean, I was able to watch the first 2 episodes early, and I didn't question the art style at all. In fact, nobody did until I think the director of the series came out and said that it was AI artwork involved in the intro, and then people got up in arms about it. But if what would have been smart is if that comment wasn't made until the series ended, and you see how many people would have complimented the intro. And then the finale airs, and then that news drops, and that's then smart, is everyone going to double back and be like, "Oh wait, this sucks ass"? First of all, I think that it's brilliant from a promotional standpoint because it's getting people talking.
That's what I said.
And also, it's so on brand for Secret Invasion.
Everyone was complaining.
It's on brand, in my opinion.
Leading up to Secret Invasion, everyone was complaining that Marvel wasn't doing any promotion for the show. Here's your promotion right here, because everyone's talking about it, whether it's negative or positive. People are talking about it. But here's the thing. As an artist myself, I understand that AI art, the filters on TikTok, are not positive things. They steal artists from other artists and make new art, and it's just not good. And it takes away from what real artists do. However, I read the article and like looked into it. That's another thing that bothers me about Twitter. A lot of people will just tweet things based off the one-liner that Discussing Film will give you, and they never read the articles that Discussing Film attaches to their tweets.
Yeah.
And those articles provide you so much more context to whatever the clickbaity title of Discussing Film uses. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I read the article. They still hired a team. This team just specializes in using alternate intelligence or whatever. What is that? Augmented. What does it AI even stand for?
Artificial intelligence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They hired a team that just specializes in using AI art. But they're still artists, and we don't know the process of how they use the AI art.
Yeah.
We don't know that. So like maybe you brought this up earlier, actually. Maybe the team of those 8 people made the basic art templates and then put it into an AI to make it look weird and all alien-y like it does in the preview. Like, we don't know where they grabbed the art from. We don't know how they put the words into the system to make the AI do things. And the director talked about how he was fascinated with the whole concept of you can put words and things into a system and it'll make you something. And then you can change like one word and it'll change so much of the image. Like, I know AI art in terms of like specifically the TikTok filters, bad. But if you think about it, the way they use the AI art for the intro was an art within itself, if that makes any sense. Like, that's just my artistic brain looking at it. If that makes any sense to anybody, let me know. Does it make sense to you what I'm trying to say?
It does, yeah.
Okay, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, so there's our AI rant. We won't address any further questions about it since we already got it out of the way here. But yeah, it's I've seen a lot of people deeply offended by it, and I don't know. I can't see that personally because it's a show about Skrulls invading like the human world essentially, and we don't know who the Skrull is. So it's such a little thing as well. I don't know why people are so up in arms, because a lot of these people never have been like, I haven't seen these people advocating for a lot of other
AI related things.
Correct. Like the writer's strike and everything. That's a big point. Like, I think there should not be AI written scripts. I think humans should get that work. But like,
it'd be different if they
it's just bizarre that this is the thing that's like lighting a fire for people.
If they released Daredevil Born Again and they had a intro that was like kind of similar to based off of what the original Daredevil show is, you know, that long intro, and then they're like, oh, we used AI for this, I'd be like, why? There's no need. You could have done. You don't need to use AI for this, like, because you know someone can just make it, right? But in the context of the show of Secret Invasion and what Secret Invasion is and what the whole plot of the show is, I think it makes sense from an artistic standpoint. I also saw somebody say that one of my good friends was like, we're either complaining that visual effects artists are too overworked, or now we're complaining that we took a job away from them, which is like, you know, that's a very good point. Our visual effects artists are super, super overworked. Why take them away from a job that they're probably already working on when you can just
literally
make things a little bit faster?
Yeah. So there you have it. Great question, Nick. That might even be clipped and made into a video. Who knows? So that'd be a good one.
Spoke crap ton, so I give you permission.
Put it on your channel if you want.
No, you can put it on yours.
All right, let's do this thing. So Rylan says, what is the action movie with the best action, and are you excited for Saw X? We'll answer the back half first. Yes, Saw X is one of my most anticipated for the duration of the year. Funny, my most anticipated would probably be MI7, though. I'm seeing that in less than a week now. Less than a week, baby. June 27th, out of theater action. Stay tuned.
I don't get to go to him.
I'm taking my dad with me because my dad, he's a big Tom Cruise action fan.
His dad is so sweet about it. So I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna my dad is my +1 to Mission Impossible.
I love his dad, so that's okay. I forgive.
What is the action movie with the best action? I would say Mission Impossible Fallout or John Wick Chapter 4 are the two I've seen with the best action. Honestly, yeah.
Well, it makes me sad.
It's different though. It's
Lance Reddick is in it, isn't it?
You cannot. Do you know what happens in John Wick 1?
No, I don't know anything about John Wick. Let me tell you, this is how little I know.
Oh my god! No one say anything in the chat.
This is how little I know about.
You really don't? I thought I told you.
For the longest time,
I think I did tell you, and you just didn't remember.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. For the longest time, I thought Mission Impossible and James Bond were the same thing. Also, for the longest time, I thought that John Wick and The Matrix were the same thing.
Okay.
Are they not?
You can't watch John Wick 1. I'll just say that.
Why? Oh my god! What animal dies?
No animal dies. I'm just saying.
What old man dies?
It involves old people, not animals. I don't think you can handle it. So
wait,
it's. I know old people really get to you. Nothing happens to animals.
What happens to old
I can't.
man?
I can't tell you.
Does he die?
You just have to watch.
You just told me I can't.
It would be really devastating for you. I think you'd be sick. So I don't know. I don't know.
Can you just tell me what happened?
No, I can't. And chat.
My girlfriend watches John Wick for the first time. My mentally ill girlfriend watches John Wick for the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Rank the Barry seasons. I'll go 1 and 2 are my favorites, and then I think 4 might actually be like my least favorite.
Hey, we're live. Shush.
I think which one have you seen them or no? None of them?
No, I haven't seen them. You mean Barry, the singular show? No, I haven't seen it.
You've seen one episode.
I've seen the worst episode of television I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah.
I would go 1, 2. I don't think they get worse, but like 1's my favorite. I've seen 1 the most. 1's my favorite. 2 and 3, or even I think 4 is my least favorite, but it's not like by a long shot. We got a bunch of people here saying hello, 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 hello. Just catching up in the chat here a little bit, clicking on everyone's little thing. Are you gonna play? As there's an ambulance outside. Are you going to play Spider-Man 2? Oh, by the way, No Hard Feelings currently up to 63 from 50.
As it should. Yes, he is. He actually is working on getting the pieces for his PC. And then we're going to build his PC. And then he's going to stream it.
I ordered the final thing that I need for it. And then I will 100% be... What the hell?
What? So not you?
No.
Block them then.
That's wild, actually.
No, get rid of them. I'm serious.
Sorry, that was weird.
Don't impersonate people, guys.
How is that even possible, actually? Hold on.
They just took your profile picture and then changed their name on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
Oh. The Wi-Fi just cut out. Weird. What?
It's back now.
What's back now?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you meant the person.
No.
That was weird. That was weird. Sorry, guys. We're good. Someone acted like they were me, and it threw me for a loop, but I think we're all good now. Weird. That really threw me off, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to...
It's fine. It's fine. That would bother you, too. I don't think anyone here is mad at me. Like,
just delete it.
It irked me. That's very upsetting and weird, so don't do that. Thank you. Anyway. All right, we're good. Anyway. Toxic Gamer, what's good? Wally says, what character pairings would you like to see in Secret Wars? I'd like to see Logan and Tom Holland Spider-Man.
If God is real, he'll give me Daredevil and Bucky Barnes on screen together.
I would say Andrew and Deadpool. Andrew, Spider-Man, and Deadpool.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I want to see that. So I would say those. I think Deadpool has to be in Secret Wars, and I think that possibly the post-credit scene of Deadpool 3 could segue into him being in like a next team up movie in a way. I don't know. It has to kind of connect in somehow. So we'll see. What do I think of Zoe 102?
I actually kind of am seated for it. I watched the trailer for it today and I like the concept. It's better than I think the concept of Zoe 102 is better than the concept of the iCarly reboot where it's kind of just like the same thing and you're just missing like Sam. But to have certain characters getting married and then that causes other characters to have to see each other again. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I think this is the right route, a quick movie instead of dragging out a TV show, a whole season, reboot. Yeah. So that's, interesting. I would love to see them. Actually, they can't do Drake and Josh, but maybe just Josh Peck doing a Drake and Josh thing. It just honestly the ship might have sailed on that, on us ever revisiting that, unfortunately. Give us Crazy Steve and Josh though. That would be cool. But no, Zoe 102, I think I'll check it out. You could do Megan. You could do a reboot actually, but yeah, it just wouldn't. It would be a little weird. But anyway, let's see. What's better, Love and Thunder or Morbius? I think Morbius might be more watchable, honestly. What are your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk? Bottom 4 MCU movie. It's just not one I ever go back to. JJ says favorite college football player of all time might be Todd Gurley or Johnny Manziel. Georgia, Todd Gurley. Non-Georgia, probably Johnny Manziel. How do you think the Marvels will do in the box office? Because people hated that trailer.
Well, here's the thing. It's really easy to go on your computer and dislike a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess men will do anything they can. But, I'm sure people will show up to the movie. Like, girls and stuff will show up to the movie.
Yeah.
The first Captain Marvel did
really, over good. $1 billion.
So I don't know how they did that, but
it's because it was the movie that came out right between like Infinity War and Endgame. So it came out like a few months before Endgame. I think it could go one of two ways. It could surprise, or it could go the Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania route, where it has over $100 million opening weekend and then just drops off from there. I think people will still show up. It's November. It's going to be big. It's not going to be anywhere. It's not doing $1 billion. I think it does 500 to 600 million domestic, or excuse me, worldwide, 500 to 600 million total, which is not bad, but it's not.
I think it's crazy that that's the most disliked trailer on Marvel's entire YouTube.
That's pretty crazy, yeah. Pretty nuts, honestly.
That's just like, it was a good trailer. Also, we've had worse trailers. That's just crazy.
Favorite Netflix shows.
Like in general?
Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, Outer Banks, Ozark.
Bridgerton.
There you go. Cam's a big Bridgerton fan.
Chris would be a big Bridgerton fan if he was able to watch it, but he just won't because he doesn't like me that much.
One of my good friends in the world is starting to watch Bridgerton right now.
Who?
Trevor. And he says it's fire.
How long have you been holding this information from me?
Maybe 24 hours.
This is a huge development. Are you going to watch it?
I may. We'll see. I literally... Maybe. I didn't say yes. I said maybe.
You have until allegedly December 14th because that's when the new season comes out. Here's the thing. If you watch it, you get to react to the trailer, baby, of season 3.
I don't know if I want to be in I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Chat, tell him to watch Bridgerton. Dude, and he likes it? How far is it? How far?
Only in like a few episodes in. He was like, I love the first episode. And that's the one that I watched and was like, that was pretty underwhelming.
You were tired.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
You guys,
we shall see.
I told Chris he needs to like vacate the premises when it's Benedict season.
Christ.
Like it's so not even funny.
Oh man.
It's not even funny.
We'll see. But Mad Dog Edits, what's good? Welcome. Glad that you could join. Something awry?
No, I was just focusing on your face.
Okay. Hello, right in the camera. Hello. That was probably scary for you guys. Across the Spider-Verse or Guardians 3? Guardians 3 movie of the year for me so far.
Across, but Guardians is real tight with it.
I'm gonna say I think if we're talking movies that could top either of these, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1's in contention, and that's not even a wild take. Those are some. The Fallout was amazing.
Do you have any 5 out of 5 star movies this year?
2.
Is it those 2?
Nope.
What are they?
Guardians 3 and John Wick 4. Spider-Verse is 4.5.
I have 3 5 out of 5 movies of this year. I gave Fallout, I think, 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. Let me look.
4.5, right? At least. Fallout's amazing.
Well,
Fallout's the best Mission Impossible
movie. Take a gander.
In my opinion, at least. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got with that.
I gave it 4.5.
Okay, very nice. I wish Letterboxd went quarters as well, like 4.25.
That's just crazy.
No, there's a difference between a 4.25 and a 4.5, and I'm not even crazy for saying that. There is a serious difference. Now, if you get into like a 4.29, that's ridiculous. The quarter system, I like. I'm a big fan, so that's what I got with that. But yeah, if you guys are in here, there's 60 in here. Hit that like button.
Can't believe.
Apologies for earlier when there was an imposter in here. It shook me for about 2 or 3 minutes. I've let that go now. It was just very jarring and weird. But yeah, hit the like button. Subscribe to Cam's channel if you haven't. All of our stuff's linked down below. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee we get to your question. We're not gonna be able to get to all these, so we're gonna get to as many as we can. And of course, I revamped my Patreon. I'm very active right now in the Discord server over there. It's going well. It's fun. We have a bunch of different channels with new topics, so check it out.
I helped him set up his Discord server. I'm very proud of it. It looks really fun. I recommend joining.
I'm very excited about the future of that. Water is good, by the way. Okay, let's catch up in the chat a bit. You want to do a little speed round?
Sure.
Let's see.
You did not watch Signs.
I still haven't watched Signs. There's a lot of movies I say I'll watch, and they're on the watch list, so I'm not lying, but it's just like I haven't. Like Prey. Remember everyone was like, watch Prey? I never watched Prey.
You gotta start your horror movie journey.
Mayo Flips. Thank you. Welcome to the community. Glad to have you here. Into or across?
Across.
Into right now, still for me. Movie, like from beginning to end, I think it's the superior film.
I just like Gwen too much.
Would you say Secret Invasion is off to the best start of a Marvel Disney Plus show? I wouldn't say it's off to the best, but it's off to a really good start. I think it has potential.
Very different start.
Yeah. What is off to the best start? And by that I mean like the day it dropped in Disney Plus. So WandaVision I think was a 2-episode premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was a 1-episode premiere. Hawkeye was a 2-episode premiere, I think. Maybe 1. I don't 1. So is the only one that's done 2 been WandaVision? Okay, then what's the best premiere?
The only one that's been 9 episodes for some messed up.
So what's the best premiere? I have my answer. I think the one that I was like sucked into the most, it was Loki for me. That premiere, because remember at the end we see him like watch his life through what would have happened.
I think Miss Marvel had a good premiere.
Yeah.
It was really catchy and it drew a lot of people in.
Loki best premiere, I would say.
Loki probably. Me personally, Falcon and Soldier.
I know you love that one. I like that premiere too, but I mean the Loki one, I was like, whew. I was like, good lord, this hooked me in. And I have my issues with Loki. I will rewatch Loki before a new season. That's all I'm gonna say.
I rewatched it after Quantumania.
Where are we at in the chat? Thoughts on Blade getting delayed? I don't know if Blade will ever even come out, to be honest with you.
I don't know either.
They
might recast.
Yeah. Plot twist, you're both secretly Skrulls. Skrull. We just
rip off our mouths.
Yeah. Mission Impossible style. Oh, I see some spoilers in the chat for Secret Invasion, so proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Is it a hot take to say Dune is amazing? I think that the majority of people think that is amazing.
I don't think it's amazing. I liked
no,
it.
Literally, people said it was like God's greatest gift to film.
Well, that wasn't the majority of people.
No, it was. Oh, you go back in time. Go back in time on social media. I'm in the minority when I say that it's a fine movie. It's very overhyped to me.
I liked it. I rewatched it when it came to streaming. Granted, I will take any excuse to look at Timothée Chalamet, but I also like the world. I find it interesting, and I'm excited for part 2.
Sure. What's your top 3 of 2023? We kind of hinted at this earlier. Mine is Guardians 3, John Wick, and Spider-Verse. What's yours?
Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians 3, No Hard Feelings.
Okay, yeah. I would say that's a solid little... Yeah, No Hard Feelings is in my top 10. I've seen 23 films this year, I believe.
I have not. He sees way more movies than I do.
I do, but that's okay.
There's just no reason for me to be seeing some movies.
You saved yourself from some really shitty ones like Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, so. The Flash. I'm never gonna watch that movie.
Fair. I can't blame you. What do you want in Stranger Things 5? Do you think there's gonna be time travel? We talked about this.
Yeah, okay. There's lots of allusion to time travel, people are saying.
Yeah.
But I think what it is not necessarily alluding to time travel. I think they're just more alluding to the concept of time. So I think all the allegories of the clock and Hawkins, the Upside Down being stuck in the past and all these things. I think just the theme of time is going to be very prevalent in season 5, like in a language arts class when you have to write an essay about the theme of the book you just read. Like if we were all writing an essay on season 5, all of us, the theme would be time. Like that's going to be the most easiest and most identifying theme.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to go back in time. If anybody goes back in time, the only characters I will allow to see go back in time in any way, shape, or form, Vecna, Eleven, and Will. Because those are the 3 that have some sort of relation or connection to the Upside Down. If any other character besides those 3 do any sort of time travel, going back in time, visiting the past, whatever, it'll take me out. And quite honestly, if they do any sort of big time travel in season 5, I think Stranger Things will fumble the bag of a final season more than Game of Thrones did.
I will just say this. If they poorly execute time travel, it could lessen my enjoyment of the show. And I know it's like crazy to say that because of how much I've loved the show for so long, but I was convinced that Game of Thrones couldn't, and to me it was like, whoa. Because I don't rewatch Game of Thrones much because of that season.
You can think what you want about season 8 of Game of Thrones. You can say what you want about how they ended certain characters. You can say what you want about how they ended like just the show in general. But you at least season 8 like stayed on theme. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like no one was doing things that weren't of that time. Yep. If they time travel in Stranger Things, like I believe monsters before I believe time travel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If they time travel in Stranger Things in the 80s,
it just would
without it being something that's set up from the very beginning, like Back to the Future.
To me, the issue would be it's too late in the game to introduce that. We need to just move on and
I agree.
Fight Vecna another way. I agree. We don't need to bring that in my eyes. It's
It'll be the only way I will allow time travel is if they go back in time and get Eddie. That's the only way.
Oh man.
They can go back in time. Okay, if I am revising my statement. If all the characters have to go back in time, I will allow them to go back in time by a week max.
Okay.
They can't go back any further than that. They can't be going back years. They can't do that. I refuse to let that happen. I'll be so angry. They're going back like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
A week max. I'll be fine with it. Especially if they're going back to get Eddie. I can support the mission.
I think Eddie will show up. I don't know what capacity, but this is an interesting one here. So I know you both didn't like Dial of Destiny. Well, I'm gonna respond to that. I still gave it a low positive score, so I did like the movie overall. I was disappointed by it. Cam liked the movie.
Who was we?
But it's not as great as the first three. I agree. I think so. It's not as great as the first three, but better than the fourth. I still prefer 4. Plus, love cinematography. I'm watching the movie again on Thursday, the week that it comes out. I think that knowing what I'm getting into, knowing what to expect in the third act, and knowing how it's all going to go down, I will appreciate it more. And I'm not going to view it as an Indiana Jones movie. I'm honestly going to view it more as like an epilogue of the character, and like not go into it expecting indie action, like the things that make it Indiana Jones. I'm going to view it as like, let's just take a look at this character at a late stage in his life and see how that wraps up. I think I'll appreciate it more, but we'll see. I'll make another video about it, but I definitely prefer the other 4 movies to this one. I know that's a hot take to say Crystal Skull over Dial, apparently, from what I've seen in terms of people who've seen it early, but I prefer Skull over Dial.
I don't know who this both is that we're referring to. I think I even said it in your out of theater reaction. First of all, in the out of theater reaction, I let Chris do most of the talking because he cares way more about Indiana Jones than I do. I love Indiana Jones. Like, Indiana Jones is his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you did your review by yourself. I wasn't even in that. I said this, though. I liked it way more than he did. And I liked it a lot more than he did.
Yeah.
I was able to overlook certain things that he couldn't.
This is true. That's why I think on rewatch, I'll know what to expect and maybe enjoy the movie more for what it is.
I ate that movie.
I want to. So, yeah. Yes, we still collect Funko Pops. What is your favorite? I have now a signed John Bernthal one. I think that's my favorite. Excuse me.
I don't even know if I can pick.
Cam has a favorite as well that's signed. We just went to Fan Expo Dallas, and that's where we got these signatures. So that's Cam's right there. Charlie Cox, Daredevil signed Funko. That's his signature. So clean.
Dee
Dee.
And I'm glad I got him to sign this one because this is my favorite Daredevil suit. Actually, a lot of people like the red one, which is cool and it's iconic, but the black one is sexy.
There you have it. What's your opinion on the Craven trailer?
I haven't watched it yet.
I think it looks not awful, but literally a product of, it looks like Morbius 2.0. It did nothing and it looks so it looks like literally, I just heard yelling or something.
My dad, I think, like stabbed his toe or something.
Oh shoot. I think, it's like, I don't know does this look good to people? Like that's how I feel about it. I'm like, wow.
I didn't watch the trailer yet. It is Aaron Taylor Johnson shirtless for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Down there.
Okay.
Come on. Do you disagree?
No, I mean, I'm not mad about it. Trust me. Especially Bullet Train, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
See,
but that movie is gonna.
I'm an OG.
It's gonna be in the 30s on Rotten Tomatoes. It's gonna bomb at the box office. And why will anyone act surprised when that happens?
I've actually been a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson before the grandma came into the picture. Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. I love that movie.
Fair enough. Sorry, I'm yawning. Yeah, but I'm curious. I think it's gonna stink, but that's how I feel. It had some decent moments, but I bet you money, and my friend said this when I was on the phone with him, that the end of that trailer, which shows Rhino, that'll be the post-credit scene, because Sony always, it could be the Uncharted movies, they show their post-credit scene in the trailer for some reason. It makes no damn sense at all. None. But yeah, moving on in the chat. By the way, we're about halfway or 35 minutes into the stream, over half an hour in. Hit the like button if you guys are in here. If you're on the replay, hit the like button. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee we get to your question, comment, concerns. Also a huge way to support the channel. And I revamped my Patreon. Check it out. You can click the link down below and check it out. The Discord is going to be exciting to grow. I'm really looking forward to it. What's up?
One thing Craig Gillespie is going to do is make Sebastian Stan wear brown contact lenses.
Yep.
Why? Justice.
Can you give us a new Stranger Things Funko Pop update? Once we get them all, because we've made some progress.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, have you seen The Wire? I haven't. I know it's one of the best acclaimed shows of all time. I just haven't.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, Cameron. Hello, how you doing? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Yeah, no spoilers. I won't talk about Secret Invasion spoilers, so proceed with caution if you've seen any in the chat.
We won't talk about spoilers, but we can't control what other people talk about.
So what do you think about Linda Hamilton? We actually touched on this, or I did in a recent stream. I think it's really neat. I think she's going to play some sort of Hawkins veteran, like someone who's like been around Hawkins for a long time.
Maybe she's Steve's mom.
Maybe. I just think it's weird that people jump to, she's like a main. It's like, if you look at season 3 and 4 in particular, season 3, we had Carrie Elwes as the mayor, minor role, 80s icon. He's in Princess Bride. And then season 4, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, very minor role. I think it's something like that.
Probably, so, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I feel. Brady Bear says finished Ep 1. It's elite. Yeah, it's a divisive show I've seen online.
I think I'm interested to see where it goes, but the darker tone of it does give me hope for what they're going to do with Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. It's,
the fact that Marvel's getting darker is good.
Yes, I agree. That's hopeful, and I think Born Again will embrace that. And I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was darker at times too.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was dark at times, but not necessarily in terms of like blood and fighting. It was dark in terms of themes. Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on the Star Wars Outlaws trailer? I never fully watched it, but the idea I'm here for. It's like a open world Star Wars game, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll probably look into it and maybe even play it, as I do want to bring Twitch back, but we'll have to see. What's your most anticipated James Gunn DCEU film?
Can you run them down for me real quick?
I honestly, there's no need to. I think it's going to be Batman: Brave and the Bold, or Superman Legacy. Those are the only two to me that I'm like really, really looking forward to. So
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you're not as big on DC. Honestly, I watch all the DC movies, but frankly, they could erase the DCEU. Like today, they could be, hey, you're not going to be able to watch another one of these the rest of your life, and I'm going to be like, damn, I'll miss some of them, but it's not like I'm gonna sleep fine. I loved the Suicide Squad. I think Man of Steel and Wonder Woman have great moments, and there's enjoyable films from it, but it's not like it was like the top of the DCEU compared to the top of my MCU. Like there's a huge gap.
I'll watch DC movies when they start to be consistent.
That's fair. And I think, you know what? You represent the general audience, and that's why movies like The Flash are underperforming, because DC, since 2013, has tried to compete with Marvel and dug themselves so deeply into a hole they might not get out of it ever.
I also think The Flash is failing because everyone and their mother already saw the movie for some reason before it even opened in theaters.
I've seen people talk about that, yeah.
Like, people who aren't even like us who normally get to see movies early, or like any sort of film critic, like fans are like, yeah, I saw The Flash like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I'm like, what? Why? So, how? It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And I think there was people lying about the quality of the film months before it came out. So I'm literally, I just don't
tell them that though.
True. I already answered this one. Oh, it was a spam question. I wouldn't have answered had I known it was spam. Cam, watch John Wick. Absolutely.
I'll work on it.
You talking about this one?
No. just talking about work on watching John Wick.
Yeah, fair.
How's the Etsy shop? The Etsy shop's going good. I'm looking and I'm researching how to make prints of my art, because if I can make prints of it, then I can sell more of the art that I make, and then I can upsell if I'm selling like the actual canvas print.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna have to nut up and buy a printer, which not looking forward to, but doing research on what printers are best, and then like I can just print them out here, and I think that'll be beneficial in the long run because I can just make more and more and more. Because the hard thing is that like if I only sell canvases on my Etsy shop, it's gonna take it takes me like a week to finish a painting. So, but if someone wants a print, like my Miles painting in like the famous scene from Into the Spider-Verse, people love that. Which, thank you, I appreciate it.
It's dope.
I would hate the thought that could only go to one person, and also I don't even really want to sell it because I like it. So.
Yeah, for sure. Whoa, I thought I had one.
We're looking at maybe like mid to late July, because I gotta buy a printer and I gotta figure out how to print and make it look good, make sure it's a good quality that I can sell, and then I'm having surgery at the beginning of July, so that's probably gonna put me off for a little. But when I'm in bed rest, I'll be doing research.
Yeah, there you have it. Ryan says, what are your thoughts on No Hard Feelings? We just posted our review. Check it out on the channel if you haven't.
Go check it out.
Go drop a like. Check it out.
Our thumbnail's cute.
But I really enjoyed it. I think that it's going to go down as one of the only like comedies from the decade. I don't think we get them really ever.
Jennifer Lawrence was so good.
She was hilarious at times, but it balanced to me. I can't, overstate this enough. It had heartfelt moments with humor, making for a feel-good movie, which is what I love. I equate it to those 2000s comedies. I honestly, the feel it gives me reminds me of like The Internship. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but
is that the one with Dylan O'Brien?
Yeah, he's in it.
I gotta watch it.
It's Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, Dylan O'Brien's in it. It's a feel-good movie. So.
I have to watch that. It was filmed at Georgia Tech, I'm pretty sure. Is that the Google building?
Where are we at? Yeah. Yes.
Georgia Tech. That's the Colk.
The Colk, baby.
Clough Undergraduate Learning.
I think that is such a pretentious acronym.
Give me an acronym that you guys do at UGA.
The Colk.
What do you guys do acronyms for? I
don't do acronyms. I don't care.
But you guys, as in the University of Georgia, what are some places on campus that you abbreviate?
I can't think of any.
It's a lie.
MLC. Miller Learning Center. That's like,
well, it's because you can't make anything cool.
That's basic. Yeah. MLC, it's just like normal. This is an inside look at why we're called the Unusual Code Podcast, because we have deep-seated hatreds, would you say, for each other's schools? I hate Georgia Tech with a burning passion. I have my whole life.
My dad hates Georgia, so I was actually raised to not like Georgia very much.
And so it's nice that Georgia's won 2 in a row, and I can rub it in. And since we've been dating, her team hasn't beat mine, and it might never happen. So
it'll happen eventually.
Yeah,
we're gonna be together for a long time.
We will be.
I'm also going to withhold my children from him and his side of the family, so they will be Georgia Tech fans. I'll bribe them. I'll give them money. They will be Georgia Tech fans to drive him nuts.
Yeah. And they'll be like, man,
so you want some ice cream?
Yeah, they'll be like,
Daddy, that the dogs suck.
They'll be like, man, why is this no fun? I want to go have fun with the winners.
I'll show them the bottom of the barrel of UGA fans.
Worst case, there's no orange involved, so I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah, it could have been way worse for you. Could have been
honestly,
worse.
It could have been.
I almost went to Auburn.
God,
Florida could have been a picture for all we know.
God.
Mm-hmm.
This might not be happening today.
It wouldn't be. If I went to Auburn, 1,000,000%. We would have been dating for 2.5 years by the time we went to college. If I went to Auburn, he would not be dating me still to this day. I'm so serious.
I'm about to sneeze, honestly.
Been together for 6.5 years. So what does that say about Chris?
What? Wait, what? I honestly zoned out for a second. What did you?
I said if I went to Auburn, we would not be dating. We've been dating for 6.5 years, but if I went to Auburn 4.5 years ago, we would not be dating. And I was like,
honestly, I would have gone to the Auburn games and just talked even more shit than I would at a Georgia Tech game, because it's like more competition, and Georgia still owns Auburn too. So
Georgia Tech's gonna get good, and then you're gonna have to shut up.
Under the duration, this is what I'll say and move on.
You guys keep underperforming in like the first half of every game you play with us.
Yeah, sleepwalking.
No, you guys are just doing some messed up stuff. and then Kirby yells at you in the locker room, and then you get your crap together, which is unironically what you do in every game, dare I say, of football. You guys are a second half team.
Yeah. Happened my whole life.
It's weird.
It's weird that they win so many games, right?
Yeah, you guys are lucky. You guys are very lucky.
For sure. All right. You guys play Louisville to open the season. We'll see what happens.
We're different conferences, so
the best televised high school football game.
We're literally different conferences, so
I love it.
I think I would
insight into.
I would commit redacted if I had to go to an SEC school.
Oof. Anyway, there you go. There's our little unusual. That happens anytime Georgia and Georgia Tech play each other. So you guys just got your first look at that.
It's okay. We look better. We're built better. It's fine.
What do you rate The Dark Knight Rises out of 10? 10 out of 10. I'm not even kidding. 10 out of 10. I love that movie so much. It gets way too much 8. The pit scene where they, oh my God, it's incredible stuff.
I remember watching that trilogy for the first time. I was like, this is really good.
Top 3 Scorsese. I'll go in no order. The Departed, Goodfellas, and Wolf of Wall Street. You've seen Wolf of Wall Street. Incredibles 1 or 2? 1. Abby, what's good, Abby? How you doing?
Okay.
To each their own. It is in contention for the worst film I've seen this year.
The only thing that could ever make me watch a Transformers movie is Haley Steinfeld.
Favorite Spider-Man movie? No Way Home.
Tasm.
Did you watch Squid Game? We did.
Yeah, I watched.
Do you remember the music that was like, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing,
yeah, Squid Game is.
It was
good.
like operatic. It gives me hype.
Squid Game is a really good show.
Yeah, so I would say Squid Game season 2 not going to be as good as season 1. We did watch it. A lot of people saying Rise of the Beast is underrated. That movie was terrible in my opinion. All good, Abby. Glad to have you here now. Looking through the chat here for some questions. We already answered a bunch of these, so we will be skipping over them. See any, let me know, and I'll stop and answer it. I'm just scrolling through them. This one? Mm-hmm. Do you think Jonathan Davis, Pope from OBX, could potentially play Miles Morales?
I think
he's too old. That's all.
He definitely is far too old at this point. He has the look for it, sure, but maybe he's definitely too old. He's
too old. That's all she wrote. Do you think MI7 will be the best movie of the year? Possibly. And I think I think it's a good. I mean, July's stacked, people. Barbie.
Nothing's gonna be better than Barbie.
Barbie, MI7, Oppenheimer in the span of 8 to 10 days. Like that's
how embarrassing for Oppenheimer.
I mean, that is a lot. I will say this. I'm gonna say this. I am disgusted by the fact that Oppenheimer has a 3-week hold over the IMAX cinemas. Like, let's be real here. Mission Impossible is a bigger box office draw. I think IMAX is probably like, damn, I don't want to have to play this movie 3 weeks. I'm not going to lie to you. Oppenheimer is one I'm most anticipated for the rest of the year. I think it's going to be a great movie. Like, I think it has potential to be a top tier Nolan movie, top 5 even. But I will say that Mission Impossible would sell more IMAX tickets, and that's more of an action spectacle that deserves to be seen. I'm not sure Oppenheimer, I know Nolan's all about IMAX. If I had to pick 2, I would rather see Mission Impossible in IMAX over Oppenheimer. Crazy take, maybe? I don't know. I'd rather see Tom Cruise ride a motorcycle off a cliff into a base jump and see him fight someone on top of a train in IMAX as opposed to sort of a biopic in IMAX. That's all I'm saying.
Barbie solos.
Speaking of horror movie journey, Chris already knows. Oh, yeah. Lost Boys, right? Yeah, that's one that I've been told to watch. And my friend Jacob also says to watch that one, so I'll watch it eventually. Where are we at?
Texted Trevor.
Rewatch Cars 2? Maybe one day. I don't see myself ever. It's so bad.
Andrew hates it and Alex loves it. It's like a bit that they have going.
For those who don't know, that means Hat Guy takes another L.
Oh, yeah. I'm friends with these guys who have a podcast called The Escape Pod Podcast.
That's such a awful take. Like, if you like Cars 2, I can't probably trust your taste in movies for the most part. I'm just gonna say it. You're allowed to like Cars 2, but if you really, really like it and think it's better than a movie like Up, I believe is what all he's on the record saying. That is a disgusting take.
He thinks after the first 10 minutes of Up is just like bad and doesn't touch him at all. And I'm like, you are soulless.
Oh my gosh. Between the 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, what's better? I think
the second one, for
sure.
Ep
2 is better.
I think always
I mean, and I've seen. Ep 2's not out to the public, but I did see 1 and 2 earlier.
As showrunners, you never really want to have a show where your first episode's good and then your second episode is a step down. I think you never want that. So I think that the second episode will always be better.
Where the hell are we? Okay. Well, thank you for subscribing, Lance. It means a lot. Welcome. When will you see Mission Impossible? On the 27th. So stay tuned for my out of theater reaction coming then.
Do you believe in Jesus? Yeah.
Yo, Sam, what's good? How you doing?
Jesus is my homie.
Where are we at in the chat? Ooh. Are you gonna do a Transformers spoiler review? No, I won't. I will not. Maybe I'll talk about the spoilers in the movie, like in a question in the chat down the road, but we'll see. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Sorry to put you on the spot like that. Harry Potter. The reason I choose Harry Potter is because I get
Harry Potter.
Like, I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is phenomenal. You guys know I love it, but I think Harry Potter just feels a little more special to me when I watch it. Like that sense of magic is more present. Hunger Games or Harry Potter? You know you have to. You know what you have to do.
Why do you ask me these questions? I watch them both all the time.
I gotta go.
That's like asking me Hunger Games or Twilight.
I gotta go Harry.
I
gotta go Harry.
I'm gonna go Harry, but damn, guys, stop it.
Yeah. You can't keep getting away with this. Okay. Do you like Westerns? If so, what's your favorite? I enjoy Westerns. My favorite Western, it's because I have nostalgia for it, is the original Magnificent Seven. Was that 63? If it's 63, I'm patting myself on the back. If I feel like it isn't, but
these are the only movies I've ever seen that I could even consider close to being a Western film.
It was 60.
Toy Story. That's it.
I mean, yeah, I do like Westerns. Magnificent Seven OG is probably my favorite of all time. Are you seeing Blue Beetle with... Yeah, Cam's coming with me to see Blue Beetle.
Gotta support our boy Sholo.
Rise of Skywalker is super overhated. It's trash. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, so I disagree here. And that's just my opinion. So I know people like that one, and to each their own. Ooh, we got Shannon in the house. Shout out Shannon. This longtime subscriber here. Glad to see you in here, dude. Hope you're doing well. Rooting for the Cats this year, man. Hopefully they got a good season of football ahead of them, except when they play Georgia. I'm a friend of Kentucky, by the way. Anyway, if you could only watch 2/3 Oppenheimer, MI7, Barbie, which you choose? MI7 is non-negotiable, and then I honestly even with you staring down my neck, I'm standing my ground. I'm picking Oppenheimer because I love Nolan movies. But you act like that by saying that I don't have any interest in Barbie.
Two things. Number one, I find it very fascinating that you said you can only watch 2/3. That means 2 out of 3. When you're reading it, you said you can only watch 2/3.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're like a fraction, which is funny.
Well, yeah.
Second of all,
2 out of 3. It's just the way I
would say Mission Impossible 7 and Barbie. Granted, if you asked me this like 2 weeks ago and I hadn't seen any of the Mission Impossible films, my answer would be Barbie and Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. But now I have seen the Mission Impossible franchise, so I'm here for it.
Shane says, I personally prefer Crystal Skull over Temple of Doom. There just isn't much in the latter that excited me other than the minecart chase and road bridge scene. You're kind of valid for that.
You know what's funny? Harrison Ford agrees with you. I know somebody who got to interview him, and they were doing this or that, and one of the questions was Temple of Doom or Crystal Skull. And the girl from the movie said Temple of Doom, and Harrison Ford said Crystal Skull. So, actually, anybody who hates on Crystal Skull is in disagreement with Harrison Ford. I personally would never want to disagree with Harrison Ford. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. Not a place I want to be. So
I think that Crystal Skull is one of the most over-hated movies of all time. I still prefer Temple over it, but I will say the first hour, go watch it. Temple of Doom. You got the opening with like Lao She and the plane and that whole cool shootout scene and like the club Obi-Wan. But then you have about 40 minutes of film that's just nonsense. Like, go watch it. I'm not kidding. Until about the hour to hour 5 minute mark, we don't have like the human sacrifice scene, and then the movie kind of picks up from there. But a lot of just Abby makes a great point here. You should start a Funko Pop channel in your Discord.
That's you, baby. That says Chris. You should.
I know. I was reading the question out loud. Like, you should. Like, as in me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you. You can do it too, but I was like...
Sorry, the way you said you made it seem
No,
like
I was just reading it. Sorry.
You know how to make channels.
I do, yeah. I think I'm going to do that. So
I had to
plug in the Discord again if you guys want. Patreon, I just revamped it. Join it. Join the Discord if you subscribe to the Patreon, and you get access to the Discord. And I have tons of channels there. We've been talking about Guardians 3, Ted Lasso, Mission Impossible. I mean, any fandom or franchise, I have a channel there. We've been chatting it up. So come join the community. I'm growing it.
His Discord is sick.
I'm also doing weekly vids and live Q&As over on Patreon.
$5 tier or higher, baby.
I got my Cobra Kai poster up. Just, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I love that reference. Man, the dinner party episode.
Oh my god, I love those bloopers so much.
Most anticipated movie of 24?
Percy Jackson TV show.
Okay.
That's like the only thing I think of when I think of 2024. I don't even know what else comes out in 2024.
Beyond the Spider-Verse for me.
Comes out in 2024.
True. I would also say Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, still Percy Jackson.
RJ in the house. What's good, RJ, man? Dialogue in the Craven trailer is awful. It sucks. The whole trailer was bad, in my opinion. I don't know how this movie is. Anyone with a brain can watch the trailer right now, like, and tell you it's likely to bomb at the box office.
Can I say a statement unrelated to Craven?
Please.
I would push Beyond the Spider-Verse back a year if it meant I got Percy Jackson right now.
I would push Beyond the Spider-Verse back 5 years if it meant I got Stranger Things tomorrow. And that's not even like me saying I'm not like I can be patient with movies. I've had to wait 5 years between Into and Across. We were fine. I
would also push back Beyond the Spider-Verse 5 years if it meant I got Benedict Bridgerton's season of Bridgerton right now. That's something I need. You don't understand, guys. I don't know if anybody in this chat watches Bridgerton. If you do, please let me know. I'm so obsessed with Bridgerton. First of all, I watched it for the first time in September last year, and I've watched it 20 times since. I'm on my 20th watch of the show. I've been keeping count. I'm not exaggerating. This is my 20th watch of the show. I'm so obsessed with Benedict Bridgerton. I have read the book 4 times. I have started adapting the book into a screenplay on my own because I just need more of it.
Yeah.
I have started making the costumes on my iPad for the show. So serious. Love it. I need it, and they're not giving it to me. And it hurts me physically.
There you go. I know that there's a lot of people asking for a Transformers spoiler review. It's never happening. I'm sorry. I didn't like the movie. You can read my Letterboxd review for a little extra if you want. Sam says, are you going to watch the How to Train Your Dragon movies before the remake?
He would need to watch the cartoon ones first, probably.
That's what he's referring to.
Oh.
The How to Train Your Dragon movies. The trilogy. Yeah, I own them. I own them on Blu-ray. I ordered them on Black Friday for cheap. I was like, I'll order this and watch them. Of course, I haven't yet because I've been watching other things. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch them for sure. How do you feel about Marvel not attending San Diego Comic-Con this year?
I'm actually fine with it.
I
just don't think we'd get anything out of them. With the way they're pushing stuff back, they pushed back Thunderbolts, they pushed back Captain America 4. What are we going to get a trailer for the Marvels?
You made a point. They would probably drop another timeline, and it would just get moved again.
Yeah.
Anytime they drop at Disney D23 or any of these things, they always announce a timeline, and it's never what ends up happening. It's been that way for years now.
I genuinely think that's why they're skipping it, because what it is every time they have to go to D23 or Comic-Con or whatever, they drop this timeline, and then they realize they can't keep up with the timeline they promised. They have to push it back, and then things are pushed back, and so then by the time they go to the next event, panel, whatever, the timeline's pushed back, so they got to come up with other new stuff that they have to announce and share. So then they have another timeline, and then that gets changed. And so maybe we just need to give this one a break so that we can make a move on the timeline we already have.
Yeah,
we don't need to be announcing anything right now. And I think it's wise. And I also think it's funny seeing people that people complain about Marvel putting out too much stuff. They're like, Marvel needs to calm down. Marvel needs to focus on quality over quantity. Marvel needs to relax, stop putting out so much stuff. But then they'll get mad that they're not going to San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm like, what do you want? Which one? They're still going to be there. They're just not doing Hall H.
I think that the next year's Comic-Con will be the big mic drop, hey, we're Marvel MFer. That's what I think it's going to be, because I don't want to go. I want to be able to cover this event and do a live stream and everything. that's when they will drop. For a longest time, I was like, they're dropping Fantastic Four cast this year. So they're not going to do that. They first of all, I don't actually think they're done casting. They're still like, but the movie comes out 2025. So the 24 Comic-Con, that's the one I think where they're going to be like, hey, we're previewing like everything. That's going to be the one. So maybe it's an every other year thing.
I think it's really smart of them to not go this year. They need to let things.
No one's really going this year. Universal's not. HBO's not.
We had a lot of setbacks from COVID due to a lot of things. So a lot of timelines are being pushed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We finally got out of that. And now we have the writer's strike. That's again pushing things back and making us feel like we're in this like lull of content. And so I think for them to go to this Comic-Con during the writer's strike would just be them giving us a bunch of nonsense that's going to get moved or changed. Like things like Armor Wars.
That's never happening.
Good. Yeah. It doesn't need to. There's no need.
Yeah. National Treasure 3, thoughts about it possibly being teased. At this point, I will not lie to you. I'm ready to let National Treasure rest. And this is coming from someone who adores those first two movies. I've seen them hundreds of times.
Would you allow? What if they just like told us what was on page 47 or whatever?
At this point,
what if they just told us?
I'm ready to never know. Yeah, I think that I've seen Disney
ruin. You could say ruin.
Sabotage franchises that I love too many times or milk them. I'll start the list. It's not even like properties they bring in, like the sequel trilogy, obviously 8 and 9. Those stink.
Can Nicolas Cage even be in movies anymore? I think he's like super old.
The Pirates of the Caribbean after the trilogy fell off hard. Then you've got they did an National Treasure TV show that apparently isn't good. I know some people are fans of it. I never watched it, but it got canceled. Then you've got certain phases of the MCU, and then I got to rewatch Indy 5, but to me, that's the clear weakest of the 5. To me, that's going to vary from person to person. So I am good. I don't want them to hurt me more. So it sucks, but I think I'm good now. Even though I would be hype, I would obviously be hype, but you know. Let's see. What do you think will happen in the new Ghostbusters movie?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I think that's a good thing.
The last one?
The logo's hinting at like freezing. Like, you think New York freezes?
I don't know, but I'm excited for it. I loved Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I liked it a lot too. I really enjoyed it. So I think that that movie comes out this year, by the way. So that could be, is that one of your more anticipated of the year? It comes out apparently December of this year.
Oh my God, they're doing it for my birthday? That's
yeah. So there you go.
I like Ghostbusters a lot. That's like a franchise I forget that I really enjoy.
Let's see. I think this is weird. I saw the stat. It said, how's Wednesday more watch show than Stranger Things? So no, so Discussing Film put something out. I didn't click or find the source or anything, but I don't fully grasp what the tweet was saying, because that was disproven by the information last year that was like watch hours, where Stranger Things 4 was way bigger.
Unless people have been watching Wednesday for the past year. I actually need someone to explain that to me because I'm confused by it. Here's my thing. I think Netflix is lying. A lot of times when you open Netflix and you look at it's like number 1 on Netflix. A lot of times it's like, is it really?
Just a newly released thing.
Is it really? I don't think it is. I think they lie about the numbers a lot. And I think Stranger Things is ending and Wednesday's only just beginning. So I think Netflix is going to start lying about the numbers of Wednesday and stuff, because if it's more popular than Stranger Things, then maybe that'll make people want to watch it.
Let's put it this way, Shannon, and I kind of agree with the latter part of your statement here. Like, I don't know a single person personally who didn't watch the new season of Stranger Things. I don't. And everyone I know watched season 4. There's a bunch of people. And the way I look at it, my parents watched Stranger Things 4. My parents didn't watch Wednesday. And like,
I know a lot of people that watched Stranger Things for the first time this year because of 4.
And I know a lot of people who were like, Stranger Things 4 was amazing, and a lot of people who were like, Wednesday was fine. Like, I think Wednesday was overhyped. I like it, but I think it's like, I do not see its success being replicated in season 2.
The crazy thing about Wednesday is that you can think it was like iconic or whatever, but even when like that dance went viral on TikTok from the show, it wasn't even the same song that was used in the show. So like, it doesn't even really count.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
I think Netflix is lying.
They definitely probably are.
Like, I think if you open Netflix right now, the number 1 thing trending on Netflix is Never Have I Ever. I can't tell you one person who's ever watched that show that I know.
I haven't seen it. I don't know anyone who watches it.
It was one of the things that's dumb. That's all
weird.
I got for you.
Like, I mean, honestly, they put like Extraction 1 and 2, like top 2 trending movies. Like, Yeah,
No.
Extraction 2 probably because it's the big one that just came out, but like they put the new stuff there just to push it. They put it all over. That's their
when
thing, so.
season 4 of The Witcher comes out with Liam Hemsworth, and that's the #1 watch show on Netflix. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
This is for you.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited as well. I'm excited. Honestly, really curious to see how Harrison Ford is in the MCU. So we'll see. We'll see.
I think I want to say something about them replacing the guy who passed away who used to play Thunderbolt Ross, but I don't know how to phrase it correctly. I think it's interesting that they hired Harrison Ford to replace the guy that passed away just because Harrison Ford is really old already.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying anything bad about that. I'm saying he could retire. Not saying the other thing. I'm just saying interesting replacement.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't pass up on Harrison Ford.
I think that to answer this question, they're both so bad. Ooh,
Love and Thunder.
I think Suicide Squad's worse.
No, here's the thing.
I'll defend.
Suicide Squad is not good. However, I'd much rather watch a movie with Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn. I like the soundtrack from Suicide Squad 2016. I do. Mm-hmm. There's more sustaining and things that would keep me awake if I had to watch Suicide Squad.
As much as I dislike both films, and they're the worst from their respective cinematic universes, Love and Thunder is dumb as hell. I think it knows it is, though. And there's the Guardians. It's not unbearable. You've got a Guns N' Roses song in there. And at least, and I hate the movie, but at least it sort of feels meaningful in a way. I don't like it, but like Gore's the villain and there's like a structure. Like 2016 Suicide Squad is a music video with Jared Leto's Joker doing something for 15 minutes and then it just ends. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I hate it more. I think that 2016 Suicide Squad is worse today. Love and Thunder stinks, but it's 2016 Suicide Squad is worse. What artwork are you most proud of, Kim?
Probably the Gwen one I did.
Okay. That one's dope. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, sorry, my phone vibrated. Or yours did. Anyway, let's see. Chris posting a video almost every day is amazing. Major respect, and will be joining the Patreon. Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to talk about Chris for a second because he doesn't like to talk about himself. He has a crazy ass work ethic. Like, it's wild. Every day he wakes up, he's making TikToks, and he's posting them as reels, and he's posting them as shorts, and then he's making a long form YouTube video. I can't do that. He's just got the craziest work ethic ever, and he really does. It's really incredible that he does put out a long form YouTube video pretty much almost every day. And I personally think if you have the means to, check out his Patreon because his Discord's dope as fuck, and also he just deserves all the support in the world. So if you can give him any of that, he deserves it.
Thank you, Kim.
You're so welcome.
Let's see.
This is about Cars 2.
I love when Chris hates on super well-liked Pixar movies and the fans want to slap him, including me. That's awesome. Yeah. No, they're referring to probably my take on WALL-E, probably my take on Soul, probably my take on Luca, probably my take on Turning Red, and probably my take on the recently released Elemental. I don't even hesitate. So it's funny. The Pixar fandom is weird. It's a weird one. I love Pixar, but anytime a new movie comes out, a lot of the fandom will be like, it's amazing. It's the best movie ever made. And it's like, I mean, yeah, the animation is beautiful. I know, Wally and Eve, they're cute. I know. Now you're making me feel bad for not liking the movie.
I don't know how you can't. This is one of the cutest Pixar characters ever designed. I'm so serious. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Pixar fandom's weird. I always feel bad, but like, I don't know. They're past the golden age for sure.
Look at his hands.
I know. Wally's cute, but I don't know if he's cute enough to sustain an almost however long the movie is.
He is.
Okay. Have you watched Paint? I have not.
That scene where he's watching a movie?
I watched Paint dry, though, with Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
And all he wants to do is dance?
I know.
And live?
I know. Thoughts on Michael Mando from Better Call Saul being Scorpion? Need it. He was in Homecoming. They teased it. Would love to see him actually get to, play more of that character. Have you seen The Town? I'm going to do a speed around here, Cam. Have you seen The Town? I have. I love The Town. Yeah, Ben Affleck directed, and he's in it. It's a great heist flick. Ben, News Reviews. Shout out Ben, by the way. Just hit 1,000 subscribers. Everyone go sub and show even more support if you haven't. But shout out Ben, longtime supporter and fellow friend I've met through YouTube. So go check him out. I don't think we have any more cons for even the year. I think next year is going to be a bigger con year for us, though. I think Fan Expo Dallas might be the last one we go to. We're going to look at, we're going to go to Atlanta Comic Con next year, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe MegaCon again. So those are two we'll be at again. But next year, like back half and summer, we haven't really looked into because the ones I just named are early next year, like February, both of them actually. So next year will be really heavy for cons, and then I don't know about summer season just yet. But yes, yeah. There you have it. Do you think Keaton is the best Batman after watching Flash? No, I don't. I like him, but he's not the best. Robert Pattinson and Bale, and frankly, Batfleck over him still. What comic book movie in 2025 are you most excited for? The Batman Part 2.
Thunderbolts.
That's 24, babes.
I'm anticipating.
Okay.
What? I don't think it's going to be in 2024.
Oh, I was confused for I was just like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you don't think it's going to be in 2024?
Because I was specified 25, and then, okay, I get it now. You're anticipating its delay again?
Yes.
Okay, then that makes sense. Do you think Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 will do well? Unfortunately, no. I think that if The Flash, a movie that features the return of Keaton's Batman, Supergirl, and it's just marketed and it's supposed to be the best movie ever, and that one bombs the box office, why would I believe these two lesser characters would
I think announcing a DC reset while you still had DC movies pre-reset coming out was maybe the stupidest idea ever. I think they thought that it was going to make people really excited for the future of DC, which it did. But also what it's really doing is being like, why would I go see these movies if it's all going to get reset next year?
Yeah.
Is Blue Beetle a part? Like, does Blue Beetle stay?
We don't have confirmation.
Is the Flash staying?
They're saying Blue Beetle is the first character in the DCU, but we don't have confirmation. And the post-credit scene of the Flash is... I can't even. It's just, I don't know. Tries to maybe set up Aquaman, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, let's see. Let me tell you about the Legend of Stetson. That's what it'll be. Kirby more so, but yeah. Okay, now we're catching up to when we were talking about that. So we are behind in the chat. What if Cam went to Clemson? It's closer than any of the other rival schools. We don't play Clemson every year. It would have been competitive. I don't think I would have hated that as much as like the others.
As someone who went to Georgia Tech, I hate Clemson. So because they're in our conference.
Yeah.
So we don't like them. We have issues.
Is Ahsoka out? No, Ahsoka doesn't come out until 2 months from today. It comes out.
That's exciting.
I think it's the 21st. But I'm excited, very much so. Guardians 3 with ease, in my opinion, over Elemental. Not even comparable, really. The Part is my favorite movie of all time. Hell yeah, RJ. That movie's badass. I rewatched it on the plane like a month ago when I was on a plane. So that movie is amazing. It's you would not be able to guess it. It's one of those movies where it's like, oh shoot. You wouldn't, I promise.
I guessed 7.
You wouldn't, Cam. Your jaw would be on the floor.
I guessed 7.
A lot of people did, actually. I talked to some friends and they were like, I guessed it. And I was like, yeah, probably. I got spoiled for it before I ever watched the movie. So what am I clicking on? I don't want to click on it, but you can just react to it silently. Let's see.
Bombastic side up.
Where are we at? That one too. People just don't want to like Barbie, do they? I think it'll be pretty good. Hat Guy has some.
The lore.
Hat Guy on Escape has some hilarious takes. Yeah, hilariously bad takes.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of things he says. Sometimes he says something and I'm like, yes. And sometimes I'm like, cannot be on your side for that one, but I respect when he says things, he really sticks to his guns. So
yeah, people think I have awful takes online, so it's like whatever, you know. If again, I think my reel for the Spider-Man ranking, people are like, bros never watched a Spider-Man movie. It's like
they both have awful takes because they both don't like Tasm. Next question.
All right, where were we? There were some good ones here. Hot take: Homecoming's the best Spider-Man movie behind Across. I disagree. That is a hot take. Homecoming's a good movie, but
That's a crazy
to put it over the first two of the Raimi trilogy, over even Into. I mean, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But again, that's your opinion. And I'm not going to get angry at you and DM you to delete your account. Like I've literally received DMs telling me to delete my Instagram. It doesn't bother me. It's just like, wow, this is not that serious. Top 3 Nolan films from RJ. Shout out the man RJ. I'm going number 1, Inception. Number 2, Prestige. Number 3, Dark Knight. Tenet might be 4, honestly.
Did he do Interstellar?
Yeah.
Interstellar.
You like Inception.
Inception.
And The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Favorite book and movie from the Hunger Games trilogy? Catching Fire to both.
What's with all the Barbie hate in the chat, guys? Come on.
Anti-Barbie. There's a lot of anti-Barbie chat prop in here.
Just because
propaganda.
Just because you're men doesn't mean you can't have fun and like Barbie, okay? It's okay to enjoy fun things. Just because it's pink doesn't mean you have to hate it. It's okay.
I'm wearing pink to the theater. I don't care.
I know you are.
I'm hype. Ken, baby. Ryan Gosling. What are we talking about?
Guys, come on.
It's going to be fun. Your answer to this question?
What was the question? Favorite movie, Catching Fire. Favorite book, probably
Same.
The first Hunger Games. But honestly, maybe the prequel book. The prequel book's really good. I gotta finish it.
Fair. We got a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, man. What's your favorite scary movie? You like scary movies, and why? I think I gotta go right now. I've rewatched Scream so much. I think it has to be Scream.
Scream in the scary movie.
Yeah.
It's a slasher.
Is Saw even a scary movie? It's a slasher.
That's gore.
Define scary. That honestly, you're gonna trigger me unintentionally here, because people are always like, "Well, technically it's a slasher. Technically it's a psychological thriller. Technically it's a shark movie. It's like horror, scary movie. Yeah, it's like there's subgenres of it. Scream is a scary movie. Okay. Jaws is a scary movie to some. Get Out is a scary movie. They're different types of horror. And then you've got The Exorcist, The Conjuring. That's like demonic horror. That's paranormal stuff. That's still scary. And then I made a horror video, one of my first videos on my channel, and people were like, "That's not a horror movie." It's like, also, The Shining's a horror movie.
Well, okay, I got a couple. I love Saw. I love Final Destination. I like Psycho. Is that a scary movie? Yeah, probably. I really liked Malignant.
Honestly. I know everything about the movie, but I've never seen it. But yeah, like that. Those are all scary movies. It's just weird. Malignant I don't make a lot of horror content, but there's a lot of weird notions within where it's like, this is.
Scary is very broad.
It
umbrella
is.
term. Lots of things fall under scary. Thriller, slasher, horror, gore.
Fair. Like Final Destination is literally like that's psychological horror. It's scary.
Yeah.
Where was I in the chat? Oh, somewhere around here. We'll scroll a little bit. By the way, thank you for that super chat. And hit the like button if you guys hear it. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Hit it.
You're a little bit below this, and then you're good. Yeah, you're back.
We're back, baby.
I see all the Barbie hate.
Hector. Welcome in, Hector. Cam's got to see True Grit. She loves Haley. Yes, I agree.
Seen bits and pieces of it. My dad's seen that movie. So.
I saw it in theaters with my father.
Look at you.
2010, yeah.
Look at you.
So I've been a Haley stan longer than you. I just wanted to say it. Anyway, how does that make you feel? Does it make you sick?
I bet you didn't even know who.
Look at little Goblin Jr. You're gonna cry.
Hey God, it's me. Need you to do me a favor.
I want you to kill film stars.
Kill everyone.
He humiliated me.
Kill everyone who raises their tongues against the Barbie movie.
Top 3 superhero trilogies: The Dark Knight, Guardians, and the Raimi trilogy. And that's not in order. Those are just 3 that came to mind. Do you watch the Lone Lobos podcast? We literally have a tab open right now with it. We were watching it earlier. It's very, it's dope.
Funny.
Yeah, it's dope.
I love Jacob Scott Thomas.
Yeah, I agree. Funny. I wish we got to meet him at MegaCon. His flight got delayed, so we were supposed to meet him.
Flight got delayed. I think he missed his flight.
Probably. Would you spend the night at the Creel House, like the real one? Yeah, 100%.
I love haunted places. I love abandoned things.
I don't mess with that. Things.
I do.
I'm not actively searching for demon trouble.
Neither am I. I mean, I'm not bringing a Ouija board, but I'll spend the night.
Okay. I'm not taking any chances.
Would you ever, for any amount of money, play with a Ouija board?
No.
In the broad daylight?
No.
Wow.
For $1 billion, I would not.
Wow. No. That's crazy.
No, I'm not going to have that psychological torment for the rest of my life. That's crazy. You never know what could happen with that crap. You don't mess with it. Anyway, we'll go for a bit longer. Let's show 48 people and 49. We're having fun. We're good to go for a bit longer.
Yeah, I just keep yawning.
Yeah. Are you guys going to a Nile concert?
I don't want to talk about it. Number one, I'm mad at him. Number two, we live in Atlanta. There's not a single tour date for Atlanta on his stupid little tour. What? Because he's coming to Music Midtown September of this year? An extremely popular festival that is difficult. Not only is it difficult to get tickets to, but even if you wanted to get tickets to, far more expensive than a normal concert ticket. I'm mad at him. He's messed up in the head for doing that. He must think, oh, I'm going to Music Midtown so I don't have to do a concert in Atlanta. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at him. I'm actually boycotting his concert because of it until he announces an Atlanta date.
There you have it. Do you think X-Men will be in Secret Wars or King Knight? Honestly, no. I think former X-Men will show up, but I don't think the new X-Men in the MCU will be till like post those Avengers movies. Let's see. I have seen this movie, Brendan Fraser. I've seen this movie. I rented it from Blockbuster and watched it. I have seen this movie. Where are we at? This is a really good point from Ben. I don't know if they'll be able to keep the Fantastic Four cast secret for another year. I see Variety, Deadline, etc. breaking it. Yeah, it's already been heavily rumored. I think.
How do they learn this information though?
Insider sources. They just leak the info. Like people. That's the name of the game.
Fire them then, or keep it closer to your chest.
Nicolas Cage or Noah Schnapp, the most just random.
Nicolas Cage.
I mean, it's Nick Cage, baby.
I love my
it's
boy
Nick
Noah,
Cage.
though.
I'm not that excited for Aquaman 2, to be honest. That's a clean profile picture, by the way.
I never saw the first one.
Netflix apparently changed the rules of viewing, and now all of a sudden Wednesday's way bigger. Yeah, it's a sham.
Rules of viewing? What does that even mean?
It's a sham. He's making a joke about how it's like they just literally changed it out of nowhere, I guess. Or maybe it could be they literally did, but it's bizarre. Yeah, I don't get it. Stranger Things fandom way bigger than the Wednesday fandom, obviously. My phone's vibrating.
So Trevor will respond to you, but he won't respond to me.
Hacksaw Ridge or American Sniper? Hacksaw Ridge, better movie for sure.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
For no reason.
You can listen to him talk like this the whole movie.
Oh, is he British?
He's real country. He talks.
Oh, he's the country.
Desmond Doll. I just want to say one more. God, let me save one more.
Is he shirtless in the movie?
He's not like a ripped dude in the movie. He's
not ripped that much like IRL, really.
He's not even. He's just like a white boy from somewhere in rural America. Let's see. We're not going to get any trailers big. I mean, Marvel's not even coming, so we're not going to get Deadpool. I think we'll get the Godzilla trailer. We'll probably get a Hunger Games trailer, and then that's pretty much it. I'm
going to be so honest. 2 franchises I will probably never watch. Transformers and...
You're not missing anything if you're going to say Godzilla. You're not missing
I'm saying Planet of the Apes.
Ooh, I didn't see that in here. The Apes trilogy is worth watching.
I just don't have any interest
in watching. But that's also fine.
Monkeys talk.
That's also completely fine.
So right.
Thoughts on the live-action version of Snow White and Lilo and Stitch?
Oh my God, you guys! If you thought people were irritating when live-action Little Mermaid came out, prepare to be sick of me when live-action Snow White comes out. Not only do I like Disney live-action movies a lot, at least of the Disney princesses, but I am Rachel Zegler diehard. Mm-hmm. I would murder for her. I love her. So when Snow White and also when Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes out, prepare to be sick of me.
Yeah. So I'm hyped for Snow White. Love the casting. Lilo and Stitch, not as excited about because I never really was huge into that as a kid.
I know the CGI for Stitch is gonna be stupid.
God, I can already picture it right now. It's gonna be bad, probably.
Yeah, of course it is.
Where are we at? Haley Steinfeld or Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy? So hard because it's live action versus animated. But I think that it's actually so unfair because Haley gets to be Spider-Gwen and Emma's just. You're not answering
that question?
I'll answer it. I'll say Emma Stone. Yeah. I'll say Emma Stone because we get to see her in live action and it's that's why. But they're both great. If you're asking, they said Gwen Stacy, they didn't say Spider-Gwen. Either the same. I'm going with
they also
Emma Stone.
I'm pretty sure misspelled Stacy. I don't think it has an E in it, does it? I knew I was right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's only spelled with that. So there you go. We'll go for like 5 more minutes. So get your last minute questions in. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee we get your question, comment, concern. Hit the like button if you're here now live or on the replay. Consider joining the Patreon. The Discord is growing and it's fun and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, keep them coming. We'll get to a few more. No way we're going to get to the rest of them. So Super Chat in your final questions if you want to guarantee we get to it. It's also a way to support the channel. The Batman or the Dark Knight? I go the Batman. That's a hot take, but I go the Batman.
Robert Pattinson is sexy.
Whoa. Oh, the wind just hit the window. I was like, what was that? Sorry, just scrolling for some ones here since we only are answering a few more.
I see. Now I'm seeing some Barbie support in the chat. Thank you so much.
Man, let's see. Wow, looking through. If you were casting Stranger Things, would you want to be a villain or hero? Probably a hero, so I can hang out with the crew.
Whatever gets to kiss Eddie Munson.
Keep, watch, burn. The Flash, Elemental, Dial of Destiny.
Keep, dial.
Watch,
Elemental, burn,
watch.
Flash.
Yep.
Next question.
Favorite actor of all time from RJ. Mine is Leo. Hard not to say Leo. Brad Pitt is my answer right now. Brad Pitt and Leo are like 1-2 punch for me. I would say those are mine. What about you, Cam?
Sebastian Stan, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I'm looking around my room. Anyone else you can think of that I watch if they're in something?
Those are your favorites, I'm pretty sure, honestly. Yeah.
Two are arguably the most talented younger actors that just never get awards for some reason, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
It's because they're pretty. So people don't take them seriously. I'm serious. It's true. It's true.
Do you think Superman Legacy will be better than Man of Steel? It's hard to say. They're going to be vastly different movies. I'm just going to block this person for everyone's sake. They've been spamming the whole time, and now they're just being an asshole. So I'm sorry to be like that near the end of the stream, but like, there you go. You're blocked, buddy. I don't feel bad for that. But thank you to everyone who's been in here the whole time. But like, this person's been spamming, and now they're just talking crap, and it's like, I'm not having that. So there you go. Happy New Year, you filthy animal. In terms of Zoe 102, we talked about this earlier. Zoe 102, I'm saying it's not going to be as good as Zoe 101. You can't capture it. It's years past. I would have to say it sold me. The premise is unique and interesting enough, and it feels, like I said earlier, a little fresh in the era of reboots that feel cash grabby and desperate. So I'm going to go with that. Where are we at? We already answered that one.
Trevor says you are a hater if you don't like Bridgerton.
I guess I'm a hater. Okay, how about this? Keep, Watch, Burn, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Blue Beetle.
This is hard because I don't know which one's better. Probably keep Barbie, watch Blue Beetle, burn Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Where are we at? I'm going to say... I want to watch Blue Beetle. That's for sure. Actually, I don't know, Cam. I might have to get rid of Barbie too here. Yeah. Those are some of my most anticipated. Barbie's one of my most anticipated of the year, but those are higher, I think, right now.
When you give Barbie a 5 out of 5 stars,
I'm not going
to. Yeah.
You did not let me finish. I said even if it's a 5 out of 5 movie, I'm still excited for it. I never said I wasn't excited for it. These are other movies that are just higher on my anticipated list. Right now, what you're doing is you're being the toxic part of social media that's you ranked this 4 out of 10, you hate it. Love it game. Anyway, let's see where we at. Denzel's another goat. Please stop.
I'm trying to get it off you.
It was itchy. Keep Watch Burn, Toy Story, Incredibles, Ratatouille. Give me. I'm gonna keep Ratatouille. I'm gonna watch Toy Story and Burn the Incredibles. That's based on my most recent Pixar ranking. So there you have it. We'll wrap this up shortly.
Trevor said, the acting, incredible. The people, gorgeous. The characters, dare I say it, perfect. Can you watch Bridgerton tonight?
I don't know about that one. Cap versus Spider-Man, give me Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I don't if that's a fight, I think Spider-Man. If we're doing characters? If that's personal preference, I also would say Spider-Man, yeah.
Unless we're talking Sam Wilson.
My top 5 are Leo, Holland, Pattinson, Denzel, Brad. That's an elite group there.
I forgot about Rob Pattinson.
Yeah, Pattinson's up there. That's one for sure.
He's just a silly, goofy man.
Let's see. I've seen both. I enjoy both thoroughly. And I actually, in my Discord, I have some, where are we at? I have some channels where we're talking about that. So yes, I enjoy both. I think Better Call Saul actually, over time, the more I sit with Better Call Saul, I think it's surpassed Breaking Bad. I need to rewatch both to firmly solidify if I agree with that take or not. But I will say it's Better Call Saul has definitely climbed up in my overall TV show list, almost over Breaking Bad. What do you want to watch first? Cobra Kai season 6 or Outer Banks 4? Cobra Kai 6. Just because I really want to know how it ends. It's the final season. I thoroughly enjoy Talladega Nights. It's one of the hilarious comedies of the 2000s. And then I think we'll probably wrap it up with one more. I just got to find it.
Do one from Justin.
Right here.
It's a bit of a long one, but I think it's going to be a good.
What's favorite Spider-Man moment from each Spider-Man movie? This will be the final one. The final one.
Spider-Man 1. What's your favorite?
Probably when he's fighting Goblin at the end. And it's like slow-mo. It's a brutal fight.
Agree.
Spider-Man 2, the entire train sequence.
That's a good one.
Also, raindrops keep falling on my head montage when he bites the hot dog.
Spider-Man 3, and ironically, when he's in the black suit.
So, Bully McGuire.
Yeah, or Dear God.
Yeah. That's a great pick. I would say underrated is when Sandman turns into Sandman and his theme plays and he grabs the hat, the locket. TASM.
Oh my God. I like the whole sequence where he's making his suit, making his web shooters, becomes Spider-Man, handstand on the building, falls off it, stuff like that.
I would say the final swing's great.
Or the rooftop scene with him and Gwen when he webs her back. Oh my God.
TASM 2. Sound like a damn moose.
Probably the very last scene of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna agree.
With the little boy. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's like a gut punch. Yeah. The last
Gwen's speech into
the last few 30 minutes of that movie is literally just gut punch after gut punch for me personally. Or you're my boy. Oh my God.
There's a lot in there.
Homecoming. Vulture
reveal. Far From Home.
When it ended.
Christ. I was gonna say the Peter Tingle when he fights the drones.
That's a good one.
Embraces it. No Way Home.
When they're all together.
What moment in No Way Home? Is it when they're all talking on the Statue of Liberty? That's probably mine. Into the
Either
final
that or
song.
when they all jump off and they're swinging together. Yeah. Or just when Andrew comes in.
Or yeah. She was my MJ.
I'm gonna come on.
Yeah. Into the Spider-Verse, Leap of Faith with ease. Across the Spider-Verse.
When him and Gwen are talking on the clock tower. Which is ironically where Gwen Stacy.
That's your favorite moment from Across the Spider-Verse?
Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot.
I was gonna say.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
I was gonna say the whole entire, probably the chase, but then I'm not. I know the movie's still in theaters, but
I love the Prowler reveal, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of you have probably seen
it. If you haven't seen it, I'm so sorry. Get over it. Like, come on now.
There's a reveal in the third act, so that might be it. Yeah. We'll answer a few more because I see some good ones, and then we'll wrap it up. I promise. Iron Man with ease.
Iron Man. Unless it's Captain America, Sam Wilson, that I'm picking Cap.
Barry or Better Call Saul. I think I lean Better Call Saul.
Barry.
But Barry's really, really good. And that's going to do it. That's a wrap. It was an hour, 35 minutes. Apologies for early on. There was an imposter, someone and trying to impersonate me. And then some people were being weird in the chat, but it's fine. Appreciate you guys who were in here hanging out, asking questions. I answered as many as I could. Thank you guys for the support. It does mean a lot. Hit the like button. I know there's a lot of you guys probably watching here on the replay as well, so hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out Cam on our social medias. They're all linked down below. Stay tuned for more content coming very, very soon. We have a review of No Hard Feelings, the new Jennifer Lawrence comedy, so go watch that. Mission Impossible content coming soon. Indie content coming soon.
Check out Chris's Patreon.
This is true. I just revamped the Patreon, so if you want a weekly video, live stream, and Discord. Access to the Discord, which I really am excited to continue building out. The Discord, I mean, I'm having so much fun. I'm thinking about right now going and talking in there. But the Discord, if you want access to it, all the different channels and all that, Patreon and down below. Anything goes a very, very long way. But that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you guys so much for joining here on this Wednesday evening. I will see you in the next video. Peace.